All right, Frankie, again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So first off, go ahead and tell me, how excited are you for your new film, Summoning Sylvia, to finally premiere?
I mean, I'm very, very, very excited. I have been, we shot it almost, a year and a half ago. So it's been something that I've been anticipating for a very, very long time. And finally, I feel like it's here. It's the moment when I get to share this project with the world. And I'm extremely excited. I don't know if you can tell. I'm extremely excited. It's going to be
Good,
great.
good, good. So tell me, why did you initially want to be a part of this project?
Well, I'm a big fan of the directors, Alex Wise and Wesley Taylor. They're good friends of mine. I actually got to close Franz on Broadway in Rock of Ages, and Wesley Taylor originated Franz on Broadway. So we met at closing night,
Mhm.
and he was like, "Oh my God, you're so talented!" And then he cast me in his TV show Indoor Boys. And then from that point on, I just started working with them. By season three, I had won an Indie Streamy Award for Best Guest Performance. And then when they wrote their movie, they were like, well, we wrote this character for you. Do you want to be in it? And I was like, yeah, of
Yes,
course I do.
of
You
course.
guys are awesome and I want to work with you forever. So yes, please.
And this is your first leading performance in a feature film, is that correct?
Yes, it is. And I'm so grateful that it was with Alex and Wes because, they're Broadway actors themselves. So they're really good at directing Broadway stars for film and TV.
Mm.
And all of us have Broadway credits. So it was just awesome to work with them. They really helped me scale my performance down. I had never had a single cam this close to my face. And that shot's actually in the preview when
Oh,
I'm like, the camera was literally right here, and it was like, and she's not done yet. And I was like, oh my god, it was such a weird feeling, but I felt so safe with Alex and Wes. So I feel like I got a crash course in film acting, and I think it turned out really, really well. I've seen the film, and I'm very proud of what I was able to accomplish.
awesome. Yeah. That was my next question. Like, as an actor, what did you take away from this experience?
Well, I learned a lot about shooting out of order. I'm not, even on my Nickelodeon TV show, it's we rehearse it as a play.
Yeah.
So we rehearse it and we run it in order. So when I was doing this film, we were shooting completely out of order, and I had never done that before. So I actually learned a little bit about how to like stay with my script and be like, okay, let me read the scene before and make sure that I'm flowing into the next scene, and so the character arc makes sense. So it was my first time really doing that, and I think that was something I will definitely be able to carry forward into my next project.
For sure. So, can you tell us a little bit more about your character and how you wanted to approach the role?
So Nico is very different than Frankie. He's very cynical and like piercing and sharp and fork-tongued, which is not really me. Everything's like shine bright like a Frankie, and this is like kind of like be shady like a Nico.
Hmm.
So it was really fun to get to play someone so opposite of my type. Also, I think it's going to be fun for the world to see me do something that is so completely out of character for me, since I'm so known for my personality and my work in reality TV. So they're gonna be like, "Oh, who is that?" And
Exactly.
I'm like, "Yeah, it's me, but I'm an actor. Isn't that crazy?" So I think it'll be really fun. And even my Broadway performances have been very, joyful, effervescent, young, youthful,
Mhm.
bubbly, over the top. So it's gonna be a big shift for people to see me in this way, and I'm excited.
For sure. And ultimately, what do you hope audiences take away from Summoning Sylvia?
Well, it's a very interesting exploration of allyship and LGBTQ community. What it means to be an ally, what it means for us as an LGBTQ plus community to be supportive of each other and our ally friends. So I really hope that people walk out of it and they're like, wow, I just watched a movie with a bunch of LGBTQ plus characters, and it was completely lovely. And I hate this word, but normal.
Yeah.
Like I want people to understand that LGBTQ plus characters can be in films, and it doesn't have to be just about only gay things.
Yeah.
Like it's a bachelor party. We just happen to all be gay. We're doing this. It's a horror movie. We just happen to all be gay.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping that this will kind of show the world that more LGBTQ plus characters need to be started to included into major films.
Yeah,
Like we're making progress. It is very, very slow. We are definitely making progress, but there's no reason we shouldn't be further along. There's
yeah,
just no reason.
exactly, for sure. And what was it like working alongside Michael Urie and Travis Coles?
Oh, Travis is so I spent most of my time with Travis. Actually, Michael and I never shot on the same day,
Oh,
which is
really?
really funny. But I know Michael and I love him and he's wonderful and he's fantastic in the film. But we never actually were in a scene together. But Travis and I were in almost every single scene together, and that man is a delight. He is a delight. He's so wonderful in the film. It is unbelievable to see what he was able to accomplish. And he did a lot of the heavy lifting. You know, it was very, very hot. It was like 120 degrees in that house.
Oh, cool.
And we were all on like Travis watch. We were like, Travis, do you need water? Travis, are you okay? Travis, are you gonna pass out in this scene? And he got through it, and ultimately the results were incredible. But it was a hoot. He was a hoot to work with. I will tell you that. A hoot.
Good, good. So, are you initially a fan of horror movies?
Yes, huge. Love horror. Probably my husband and my favorite genre. Like, like when we sit down to watch a movie, it's always horror. It's always too late. I always have nightmares. But I'm obsessed with it. Like I am obsessed with horror. Ever since I was a little kid, like 7 year olds, my mom showed me like The Omen and Pet Cemetery and Child's Play. And I just, from a very young age was like, this is a great genre for me. And I also feel like even without queer characters, it's always felt like a queer genre to me. So I think that this kind of gender bending, LGBTQ bending, genre bending situation that we're doing with Summoning Sylvia is kind of the perfect fit that I'm surprised isn't in more of existence at the moment.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. And have you always had a deep passion for acting and performing?
Yeah, ever since I was a little kid, in fifth grade, I was my first time auditioning for a show and I booked it. I was the lead. It was Conrad Birdie and Bye Bye Birdie. And I was like, this is great. My mom bought me a dirt bike to come drive up onto stage as Conrad. And I entered on a motorcycle and I was like, this is the life. I'm ready to be a performer for the rest of my life. It was the first time I got glamour shots. And it was like, it was just like this kid is meant to do this for the rest of his life, I'll tell you.
Yes, this is
So
your
yeah, pretty much the whole time. Yeah, ever since I was a kid, like seeing Broadway shows. My first show I saw was Little Shop. So I was just like, this is the plant came out over the audience, and I was like, I'm in, I'm hooked. Let's go.
yes, definitely. Well, besides summoning Sylvia, what are some other projects you're currently working on that you can talk about?
So, oh my goodness, I still have a big announcement that was supposed to happen this week, so I'm waiting on the results on that one.
Okay.
But I've been very heavily focused on Summoning Sylvia. Obviously, I just wrapped up doing my work with Titanic off Broadway. We're still hoping for a transfer for that show, so like fingers crossed. Tell your friends, like everybody, like keep going to see Titanic because the more people that go see it, the more money we make, the more likely we'll transfer. So, really hoping for that. And I'm working on a big charity project that I'm excited that I'll be able to announce very soon. So stick around on my socials at Frankie Grande, and as soon as I'm allowed to talk about that, I will. I'll come back.
Perfect, perfect. Well, what about music wise?
Well, music, I believe the next thing that I'm on the docket is going to be a Titanic,
Okay.
hopefully cast recording.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, cool.
So none of that is official yet, but
Fingers
again, I'm just waiting for the phone call, sitting by my phone, staring at it every day. They're like, "Is it
crossed.
Broadway? Hello, Broadway? Is it you? Great, I'll be right there."
There you go.
So yeah, that's what we're waiting. That's the most exciting thing for music, and I'm really excited for that because I really want the world to be able to hear that show because I know a lot of people can't fly to New York to see it, but it is a Celine Dion musical with the most incredible vocals that I have ever heard or myself have ever performed in a show. Like in 90 minutes, we're singing all of Celine's songs in her key. So it's like these women are giving incredible performances. These men are giving incredible performances. And I can't wait for the whole world to hear it because it is delicious. And the orchestrations, Nicholas Connell, like, wow, it's just amazing.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Fantastic. Well, speaking of music, I saw some articles this morning about you recalling you and Ariana's reaction to her Wicked casting. You must be incredibly proud.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her. Like anyone, i- it's so amazing. People are like, "Oh, it's like to have like a sister that is a gigantic pop star." And I was like, I imagine it would be like if your sister or brother like won a Nobel Prize or something. Just like whatever it is like she's at the top of her field, the top of her industry, and the amount of pride that I have for her and the amount of how proud I am of her is just it's hard to put into words. So like that's what I equate it to. Like if you have a sibling and they've won the Nobel Prize, that's how I feel every day. Just like
Exactly.
super proud of her.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, since Ariana is achieving a dream role of hers, what's one of yours?
Well, it's Little Shop always, ever since I was
Okay.
a little kid. My first show that I ever saw was Little Shop of Horrors, and I've never been in it. So it's really definitely a dream for
Oh,
me to perform Seymour. And or the dentist, because I think I'd be really funny as the dentist.
I agree.
And also like I just remember Steve Martin's performance on the movie, and I've watched it 1,000 times since I was a child. So I have a special place in my heart for the dentist as well.
Very
But
nice.
yeah, definitely Little Shop. It's off Broadway right now,
Hmm. Cool.
but I really do love that show. Yeah.
Good. Well, as entertainers, do
But
you?
I also want to play like the Music Man. I want to do like Hugh Jackman things too. Like I want to play like when I'm older, like the Music Man and
Mhm.
like Boy from Oz. Like I want to do that too. So
Okay.
I want to do all the leading man. Crazy for You. Like that's an amazing role for me. I did it in college. I'd love to do that again. So yeah, I like those leading man centric shows.
Okay.
There's like 8 of them, but I
Yeah.
want to be in all of them.
Awesome. Well, as entertainers, do you two share career advice with each other often?
I mean, we share advice with each other about everything, like we're very, very close. So we talk about pretty much everything and anything. So yeah, career, um, life, all forms of advice are on the table, when you have someone who's your best friend and sibling.
Yeah. Well, what's the biggest advice she's given to you and vice versa?
Um, not quite sure. The biggest advice that she's given to me and me vice versa. It's hard to like say like this is because we talk all every day. So like I think that's a hard thing to say because we've given each other so many pieces of advice over the 20, 30 years that we've been together on
Mhm.
this planet. So it's hard to quantify. It's like saying like, what's the best thing your brother or sister ever told you?
I
It's
get
like, I don't know. I don't know.
that. But it's great that you have that great.
Have a good day.
It's
Have
great
a
that you
good
have that,
day.
that
Your
silly
your
bond.
mascara's running. Like you've got a hair out of place. You need more hairspray. I don't know.
So
Have
everything and
fun. Live your best life.
anything. Everything and anything.
Anything that's ever been on a coffee mug, whenever you want.
Yes. Well, I also saw that you recently said that you would love to compete in a Big Brother Legends season. What are some of the
Yeah.
conditions that would need to be made for that to happen?
You'd have to get some legends that would agree to be on the show. So that would be the condition that I think would need to be met. So it's really up to casting, and I think it would be up to the producers to like. I don't know how they would go about getting us.
Mhm.
Like I think it would have to be very clear that it is a legend season and that other people have signed on, but they don't obviously they can't tell us who's on
Yeah.
because then we can start like
Yeah,
chatting with
exactly.
each other on the side. So, which is not allowed, by the way. So if you like for me, like when I've had many people like on the last season of Celebrity, and one in particular who called me and was like asking me for all sorts of advice and telling me they were on the show, and I was like, "Girl, you're not allowed to do this. There's an NDA. Like you're stop. Like shut up. Stop talking." Stop calling everyone on earth and trying to see if they're on the show. So yeah, I wouldn't do that. I was when I was on Big Brother, I was oh hold on. Sorry. When I was on Big Brother, I was so terrified
Really?
of breaking the rules.
Okay.
Like I was such a rule follower, and Zach was like the complete opposite of a rule follower, which I thought was so funny. Like he would like yell at production and like say that he didn't want to do this or that or the other thing, and I would like start sweating. Like it gave me so much anxiety because I'm such a rule follower.
Mhm.
So yes, so if there wasn't legend season, I would make sure that I did not pre-game with anybody
Okay.
because it's against the rules.
Mhm.
But they would have to make it clear that it was a legend season. Otherwise, I'm again, like I said in my previous interviews, be afraid that I'd be the first one out of the house, and then I'd be like, well, that was dumb.
Yeah.
When why did I do that? I still think coaches would be the best. That's what I want. Bring back coaches.
Coaches.
Bring
Okay.
back coaches so that we're invincible for like a month, and then we get to hang out with the people, like make some relationships in the house, make it, like start to actually form these bonds with people before we're able to be eliminated.
Yeah.
I think that that would be a lovely way to do it, because then people will be like, oh, actually, well, we can work with Frankie. Like,
Mhm.
he's actually someone who I would love to go to the end of this game with, because I think I can beat him, but
Yeah.
also he'll help me get there. If it's week one and I'm in the house, everyone's gonna be like, get out, girl. Like, bye. So yeah, coaches, I think now I even want coaches more than I want legends. I've
Okay.
decided.
Coaches
Just
legend.
now.
Okay.
You're welcome. Yeah.
There you go. Well, Frankie,
Legend coaches, legendary coaches. That's it.
legendary coaches. Yes, yes.
Yes, there we go.
Well, Frankie, what are some other future goals you hope to accomplish with your career overall?
Well, I'm really hoping that Summoning Sylvia leads to more acting opportunities. On film and TV. Obviously, I'm a Broadway veteran. Like, I love the stage. The stage loves me. But I really also enjoyed my experience of doing Summoning Sylvia. But at the same time, it was a small independent movie. We were working so unbelievably hard to make this film. And then also, like, right now, like, without the backing of a major studio, like, I'm hustling, doing press, trying to get screenings together, like sending out invites. Like, it's all largely falling on my lap
Yeah.
and the other cast members' laps. And so I'm hoping to be in a big budget, big studio production one day.
Okay.
I would love to be in a big budget blockbuster movie where I don't have to do anything. I show up to work, I act, and then I go home. And then when it comes out, it's a big hit, and I didn't do anything. So that's a dream. I want to do Marvel. I want to do Star Wars. I want to be in the Star Wars universe. I want to be in the Star Trek universe.
Okay.
Like, I desperately want to be a creature or a villain or, a science nerd, because that's who I am on the
Yes.
inside. I'm a big geek. I'm a big nerd, and I'm in those universes. Like, that's my end goal, ultimate goal. Like, give me Marvel, give me Star Wars, give me Star Trek, and I'm good.
Okay. Love it. Awesome. Amazing.
Also, I heard there's going to be a Harry Potter reboot. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, call me. I want to be a professor, please.
About the cursed child.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what's coming out. I just heard a rumor and I want to be in it.
Okay. I
So,
love the
whatever
video.
it is.
Yes. Yes. That'd be amazing. Well, Frankie, how can one stay up to date with you?
So please follow me on all my socials at Frankie J Grande on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, wherever you can get your social media. I'm on there, and I got the same name on all of them, which was a lot of work, but you're welcome.
Simple and
Now
easy.
you don't have to do the work. I already did the work.
There you go. Perfect. Then before we wrap up, are there any other upcoming projects or anything else you'd like to mention or plug at this time?
Um, No, just stay tuned on my socials, pretty please, and you will get a chance to be kept up to date on all things Frankie J. Grande. And there are some announcements coming soon. I'm just not allowed to say it yet. I'm just been waiting very patiently till I get the green light. So you'll hear more about it soon. But in the meantime, please go see Summoning Sylvia at a theater near you or on video on demand on April 7th.
Fabulous. Fantastic.